Dr. Heresey for the IPW TV title. Well, to make sure that the rules are enforced, we got a special guest referee for that encounter. Hit that music. It doesn't matter what you agree to, pal! Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Meanie and Joe Smith! Sing! IPW, say hello to the blue guy! This afternoon, me and the beautiful Jasmine were sitting by the pool. Commissioner Eddie Edwards called up and said, Meanie, I got a job for you. And if there's anybody who knows about doing the job, it's the Blue Meanie. So tonight, you, my friend, if you think you're going to cross that line, you think you're going to hook those trunks for extra leverage, you've got another thing coming, my friend.
Last week they're teasing us with it. This week they're starting with it. What? We got to see that match. That was a Blue Meanie, for God's sake.
Ron, this is our third take. You know as well as I do, that's our main event this week. Blue Meanie is the referee. Rod Steele taking on Dr. Heresey for the television title.
Why do you got to blow all my angles? Rod Steele finally getting his shot at the IPW television title, held by Dr. Reginald Heresey. I don't like Rod Steele. Nobody likes the guy.
I like Rod Steele.
Nobody that matters likes the guy is what I should have said. But the truth is, Rod Steele has earned this title shot. He has climbed up the ladder, and he has gotten to the top. He is going to take his shot at Dr. Heresey to get that IPW television title with your special guest referee, ECW's WWF's Blue Meanie.
I tell you what, we've also got Agent Steele and Fidel Sierra coming up today. Plus, we've got a special announcement from Joe Price, not here tonight, but it was from Joe Price about your Shane Twins and the NWA World Tag Team
Team. Why don't you shut up? Aren't you going to say anything?
You told me to shut up.
Oh, okay.
All right, fans, this should be big. He was supposed to be fighting somebody else tonight, but that match got canceled. Fidel Sierra is not very happy. He's going to go in the ring and tell the fans of IPW exactly what he thinks about this situation, Ron Nemi.
Fidel Sierra, recently returning again from the World Wrestling Council of Puerto Rico, comes back to IPW pissed off.
Cuban heavyweight champion, and you Americans can't kiss my ass.
Gee, we've never heard that promo from Fidel before.
I put IPW on the map. Me and Fantasy, we defended that IPW title all over the world. And now they got a champion by the name of Agent Steele, who just shut the hell up.
Listen to the pop for Agent Steele.
Agent Steele, he's the IPW champion, but he refuses to give the Cuban Fidel Sierra, the man from Havana, Cuba, the only man, the only damn IPW champion that's ever done anything for this damn company.
You know what? I am sick and tired of you people waiting one down. I am sick and tired of you not treating the man with the proper respect.
You know that music, Aaron Royal. You know who that is. That's the IPW heavyweight champion himself, Agent Steele.
Right, Agent Steele, the man who recently defeated your man, Mike Sullivan, to end his short reign, I might add, as IPW heavyweight champion. Agent Steele, you see the crowd goes nuts for this guy. Ron Nemi, he may be IPW all the way, but I don't believe for a second, after the trouble you had with Quickie Mart, that you really like this guy.
Agent Steele may have ended the reign of Mike Sullivan, but let's get one thing straight. That was the 4th IPW heavyweight championship for Mike Sullivan. Agent Steele, I may not like him, but you gotta respect a guy that's able to get himself over with 2 lackey managers stuck at his side. 2 guys we don't know what to do with, so we stick him with this guy, and they still manage to have nobody care about him.
Well, that's true, Ron Nemi, for sure. I tell you what, the 2 marks, as I like to call them out at ringside, Mark Gold, Mike Gold, whatever he's called this week especially, doesn't like it. But I'll give credit where credit's due. Mr. Gold, you're now the manager of the heavyweight champion of IPW. Let's see if you can take it and run with it.
Agent Steele hits the ring completely on fire, and he takes it right to Fidel Sierra. And by looking at the Cuban, you take a good look at this man, I guarantee the Shane brothers right now are on the first flight to Puerto Rico, because as the Cuban says, the gas flows like water.
Yeah, Naftali joining that bunch as well, from what I understand.
Naftali and his roid rages, legendary throughout the dressing rooms on the IPW hardcore wrestling circuit. But you look in the ring, the mud baby Star Stevens has cleaned up his act, looking like a debonair stud. The senior referee, the senior official IPW, he's got his hands full with Agent Steele, the Cuban assassin Fidel Sierra, and this is a IPW heavyweight title match. Star Stevens the man to have in the ring.
There you see Fidel Sierra getting the chin lock, and Agent Steele going a little old school there, but Agent Steele able to reverse it right away. These 2 guys stealing each other out just a little bit. I tell you what, Agent Steele, he beat Mike Sullivan. He's beaten Billy Fies and Lex Levitt in previous weeks here on IPW television, but he's never faced a guy with the experience of Fidel Sierra in that ring. Let's hope for his sake that it doesn't come to bite him in the ass.
Agent Steele, a lot of people think of him as a tag team expert. Everybody thinks of him, they think of Quickie Mart. They think of the hell that they raised against 911 Incorporated and the hardcore giant Ron Nemi when he chased the Shane brothers for many, many months. When he dumped his tag team partner and moved on to the IPW heavyweight singles scene, he proved he was the anchor of the team. He was the one carrying that dead weight on his back, and he has come right to the top of the mountain. He is the IPW heavyweight champion, and I may not like him, but I gotta respect this kid.
So what you're saying is Agent Steele essentially beat the Shane brothers all by himself.
I hate to say it, but I gotta admit it. After many months, after watching the tapes, after studying the Shane brothers and Ron Nemi, he took it to the Shane brothers and single-handedly, inside of a cage, somehow won the tag team titles.
Tell you what, Ron Nemi, the Shane brothers causing a lot of controversy. We're going to be talking about that later on this week, and I know that you're not a very happy camper.
The Shane brothers, some people would rather refer to them as the Johnsons, though some people would be the Jarretts, possibly Bill Behrens, and an idiot from NWA Florida, Joe Price. But that's for another
buddy
time.
Joe Price.
Yeah, your buddy Joe Price. I don't like him, but that's for another time and another place. Right now, Fidel Sierra's in the ring, got his eyes set on another IPW heavyweight championship, and he's throwing closed fists one after the other into the cranium of Agent Steele, and that's going to eventually take its toll on his medulla oblongata.
I tell you what, Ron, the medulla oblongata getting about as much time as Star Stevens here on IPW television, and Cuban with a figure 4 leg lock. I'm not exactly sure Agent Steele is ready to give up yet. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he isn't, but if he can wear down the legs of this young individual, it's going to help the veteran, a nice way of saying old guy, Cuban assassin.
Cuban assassin, the big rib on the man, the big joke that everybody likes to tell. They always like to tell about their fathers listening to Cuban assassin on the radio wrestling George Hankerschmidt, Luthez, and all the other greats from the 40s and 50s. But the truth is, this is a serious match, and you see Agent Steele reverse the figure 4, and he locks it in on Fidel Sierra, and you see Shannon with the girth, the pregnant belly, taking pictures, making himself beautiful. I can hardly believe Shannon is actually worth a dime on this show.
Tell you what, Shannon Rose, the man who's been in the business 15 years, still wears a white shirt on television. Nobody does it like the Rooney out there. Let me tell you, we're talking about Fidel Sierra. People can call him old, joke around like I just did or whatever. But this man, what he says is the truth. When he was the IPW heavyweight champion for over 6 months, a couple of years back, he did defend the title all over the world, and he's the man that started getting the IPW name big other than just in the state of Florida. He went all over the United States. He went to Puerto Rico. He went all over the islands. He went everywhere everywhere and made IPW a household name, and people like Ron Nemi show him no respect for it.
I give him all the respect in the world. The website has given him more publicity than he can ever hope for. He's in Puerto Rico in a bloodbath. Look at Fantasy sticking her nose again in the business, and she's choking the life out of Agent Steele. I absolutely can't stand that woman, and like I said before, she should be like my old lady and at home cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the baby, and taking care of me, and service me like a woman should when I take myself home after a hot day at the job.
Okay, Ron Nemi, everybody that knows your wife knows she'll heal on you in a second when she hears that promo. Let me tell you something. Fantasy, Capitana, Natasha, whatever in the world she's being calling herself these days, she's the heart and soul of the Cuban Assassin. She's the brains behind the operation, if you will. Probably the smartest woman in all of wrestling. She speaks 4 different languages, and she's managed this man's career for about 20 years going on now. Let me tell you something. You may not like Fantasy, but she's the reason Fidel Sierra has gone as far as he has. He knows that he should respect her, and you should too, Ron Nemi.
I have absolutely no respect for her, and that's why. You see her sticking herself into the match, interjecting herself.
And it's the Rod Steele show.
And he, not only did he take out Agent Steele, he absolutely levels the Mud Baby, Star Stevens, reminiscent of the great mud match from Puerto Rico.
All right, Ron, we got to go. This is the DQ, obviously, fans. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on Weekly Recap on UPN.
Come on, Agent Steele.